In this video, I will be showing you how to work the shoulder slope shaping technique. This is an easy technique to create a smooth shoulder slope cast off and an easier alternative to short row shaping. This technique is used in many of our patterns, including our Monet tank and Boys Back sweater. Today, I'll be using Wool and the Gang's Alpachino Merino yarn in Cornflower blue and a pair of 6.5 knitting needles. So, let's get started. To show you how to work this technique, I'll be working into a base of stocking stitch. Today I'm using 20 stitches as an example and we'll be working 7 rows of shoulder slope shaping, but this will differ depending on which pattern you are following. A note for this technique, you will always slip your stitches purlwise. If slipping on a knit row, keep your yarn at the back. If slipping on a purl row, keep your yarn at the front. Okay, for your first row, you will work using the normal cast off technique. So first cast off your first group of stitches. For this example, I will be casting off 4 stitches. Now I've cast off my 4 stitches, I'm going to knit to the end of the row. Once you reach the end of your row, turn your work. Now for your next row, purl until you have 1 stitch remaining. Now with this last stitch of your row, you're going to slip this purlwise, keeping your yarn at the front of your work. So insert your needle into it purlwise and slip. Now turn your work. For your next row, you're going to slip the first 2 stitches purlwise, keeping the yarn at the back of your work. So insert your needle purlwise like that in the first stitch and slip, and then into the second one purlwise and slip. Now using the tip of your left hand needle, pass the first stitch over this second stitch. So lift that up like that and take it over that stitch. Now you will cast off the next group of stitches. So using this stitch that's already on your right hand needle, cast off a further 3 stitches. Now knit to the end of your row. Now you will repeat these last 2 rows until you have cast off all of your stitches. So turn your work and then purl until you have 1 stitch remaining. Now slip this last stitch purlwise, keeping your yarn at the front of your work, like so. Turn your work. Now again, we're going to slip these first 2 stitches of the row purlwise, keeping your yarn at the back of your work. So insert your needle and slip, insert your needle and slip. Then using the tip, lift this first stitch over, like so. Now cast off a further 3 stitches using this 1 stitch that's already on your right hand needle. Now knit to the end of your row. Turn your work. For your next row, you're going to purl until you have 1 stitch remaining. Then purl this stitch, slip this stitch purlwise, like so. Turn your work. Again, slip these first 2 stitches, 1, 2, lift the first one over the second one, like so, and then knit and cast off 1, 2, 3. Then knit to the end of your row. Turn your work, purl until you have 1 stitch remaining, then slip it purlwise, like so. Turn your work, and now you're going to cast off these remaining stitches, but still by slipping the first 2 purlwise, using the first one to cast off that second one, and then casting off the remaining stitches. Now that you've cast off all your stitches, you can cut your yarn to finish. And then as you can see here, you have this smooth shoulder slope cast off edge, which not only looks nice, but it also makes it easier when it comes to seaming. Thanks for watching.